it. All right. आज का जो टॉपिक है, दिस इज समथिंग विच आई फाइंड वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. तो आज हम लोग योगिक फिलोसफी ऑफ नोज. नाउ like Salima also had told you last time, we only don't want you to practice pranayama, we want you to understand. जब तक अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपकी डीप नहीं होगी, डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, इफ द अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज डीप, you understand and you realize why you are doing these practices, the effect of these practices will increase manifold. Okay, so प्राणायाम जब हम लोग रेगुलर बेसिस पे या जनरली जब भी प्राणायाम की बात करते हैं, हम लोग सिर्फ ब्रेथ की बात करते हैं. ओके, एंड the most we can connect the pranayam practice is to lungs and our breathing capacity and the way we are breathing, but it is much more deeper than that. All right, so when we talk about our nose, जो हमारी नाक है, वो प्राणायाम में सबसे important instrument है हमारे पास. Okay, it is one of the physical tools which we can manipulate in our pranayama practice. The lungs and everything is something which is not under our control. The nostrils and the nose is the only thing that we can use if we have appropriate knowledge to to deepen our pranayama practice. Okay, now what is the physiology, yogic physiology of the nostril? हम लोग पहले के कुछ सेशंस में ये जानते हैं कि हमारे जो दोनों nostrils हैं वो हमारे ब्रेन के दो हेमिस्फीयर्स से जुड़े हुए हैं. ओके, इन वन ऑफ द अर्लियर सेशंस वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दिस, दैट आवर राइट nostril, which is the Pingala nostril, which represents our Pingala nadi, it is connected to the left side of our hemisphere. Okay, left side of our brain or the left brain. All right, and जो left nostril है, which represents the Ida nadi, it is connected to the right hemisphere of our brain or the right side of our brain. All right, so ये हम लोगों ने पहले एक सेशन में डिस्कस किया था. आज मैं इसको ब्रीफली टच करूंगी. So हमारे शरीर में मैक्सिमम नाडीज हैं. एज पर योगिक फिजियोलॉजी, वी आर मेड अप ऑफ नाडीज, and these nadis are energy channels. These nadis are responsible for our day to day activities. इन सब नाडीज में से तीन नाडी सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट होती हैं. वन इज ईड़ा नाड़ी, वन इज पिंगला नाड़ी एंड वन इज सुषुम्ना नाड़ी. ओके, ये जो तीनों नाड़ियां हैं, ये हमारे स्पाइन का जो बेस होता है वहां से निकलती हैं, एंड दे रीच आवर आजना चक्र, व्हिच इज समवेयर हियर इन द सेंटर. पासिंग थ्रू द स्पाइन, they reach here. Now our nostrils represent these three nadis, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. Sushumna is a central nadi. Ida and Pingala are the active nadis. The Sushumna is not active. It becomes active only at the time of samadhi. Okay, so Sushumna is something that we will not discuss. We will discuss only Ida and Pingala. Now Ida nadi is responsible for rest and recreation. It is responsible for everything that we do when we are relaxed. It is responsible for everything which is feminine aspects of our body. Whether we are male or female, we all have feminine aspects of our body. So ये जो ईड़ा नाड़ी है, ये हमारी बॉडी के फेमिनाइन एस्पेक्ट्स को, हमारी क्रिएटिविटी को, हमारे इमोशंस को, हमारे रेस्ट और रिक्रिएशन को इफेक्ट करती है. Okay, and Ida nadi is represented by your left nostril. It is also called the moon channel. Okay, Ida nadi को चंद्र नाड़ी भी कहा जाता है, because again if you associate, moon is associated with everything feminine. Okay, moon is associated with everything cool. Moon is associated with everything relaxing. Okay, रात को आता है, सोने के टाइम पे हम लोग को चांद दिखता है, so you can relate it like that. Chandra nadi is cooling, Chandra nadi is relaxing, Chandra nadi is your left nostril. Okay, Pingala is the right nostril. Pingala is everything that is active. Okay, so when you're thinking, when you're working, when you are in any kind of action, whether that is physical or mental action, that is the action of your Pingala nadi. Okay, तो आप अगर मेंटली कुछ सोच रहे हैं, आप एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, आप थॉट में हैं, आप डिसीजन मेकिंग कर रहे हैं, all these are called the masculine aspect of our personality. Okay, logical thinking, analytical thinking, mathematical thinking, all this is a part of our logical mind. It is a part of our masculine side of our personality, and this is represented by our right nostril. It is also called the Surya Nadi or the sun channel. Okay, so right is represented as the sun. Again, you can remember it by the way कि दिन के टाइम पे हम लोग काम करते हैं, जब सूरज निकलता है हम लोग उठते हैं, अपने काम पे लग जाते हैं. That is how you can remember it. Surya Nadi is action, Chandra Nadi is relaxation, it is subdued. Okay. Now Surya और चंद्र से ही आप relax करेंगे. Left Nadi is cooling, right Nadi is it raises the temperature. It is a hot Nadi. Okay, so जो सूर्य नाड़ी है वो गर्म है, मतलब आपका जो राइट नॉस्ट्रिल है, अगर आप राइट नॉस्ट्रिल से ब्रीदिंग करते हैं तो आपके बॉडी का टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा. अगर आप लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रिल से ब्रीदिंग करते हैं आपकी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर कम होगा. ओके, नाउ लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, बोथ दीज नॉस्ट्रिल्स इफेक्ट द ऑपोजिट हेमिस्फीयर्स ऑफ आवर ब्रेन. ऑलराइट, राइट इज बिकॉज इट इज एक्टिव. नाउ यू कैन जस्ट कनेक्ट द डॉट्स. हम लोग पूरे अभी आजकल बहुत चलता है बच्चे का लेफ्ट ब्रेन, वी हैव टू द एक्टिविटीज व्हिच कैन स्टिमुलेट the child's left brain. Why we say left brain? Because the left side of brain is responsible for, like I said, analytical, all the thought, all the action activities, all the mathematical abilities. That is the left brain. So our right nostril is connected to the left brain. Connect the dots. Surya Nadi, Pingala Nadi, action connected to the left brain. Okay. Ida Nadi, Chandra Nadi connected to the right brain. Everything that is creative, everything that is emotive, everything that is relaxing is the right brain. Okay, so that is how our nostrils are connected to our brain. That is how when we breathe in, breathe out through a particular nostril, it activates or regulates our brain function. All right, so that is the first thing that all of you have to remember. Now, as a physiological process, we breathe in. Our one nostril is always dominant when we are breathing naturally. अभी भी अगर आप थोड़ी देर आंख बंद करके ध्यान दें तो you must be breathing from only one nostril. Okay, 70 to 80% breathing किसी एक nostril से हो रहा होगा, 20 to 30% breathing किसी दूसरे nostril से. Okay, so your one nostril is always dominant. You are dominantly breathing through one nostril. All right, so अगर आप left nostril से breathe कर रहे हैं, that means necessary, it means that you are either sitting down, you are relaxing, तो आपका left nostril active हो जाता है. When you are in action, आपका right nostril active हो जाता है. इसको nasal cycle बोलते हैं. In modern scientific terms, this is called your nasal cycle. All right. Now this nasal cycle changes every 30 minutes to 90 minutes. हर आधे घंटे से 1.5 घंटे में ये अपने आप switch होता है. You do not need to do anything about it. It switches on its own. So किसी टाइम पे right nostril dominant होता है, किसी टाइम पे left nostril dominant होता है. Okay. Now what does pranayama say? Pranayama say there is a way you can manipulate this. By practicing pranayama, what you can do is you can manipulate this nasal cycle and you can make it happen according to your own will. तो अगर आपको एक्शन की जरूरत है, अगर आपको एनर्जी की जरूरत है, on your own will you can change this nasal cycle to the right nostril breathing. If you need to relax, you can change your cycle to the left nostril breathing. Okay, that is what pranayama is all about. It is about changing or moderating your own nasal cycle. Okay, so ये nasal cycle का अपना dominance चलता रहता है during the day, during the night also. When you're sleeping, at that time also it keeps switching from one nostril to another nostril. Okay. Now, one more thing that you need to understand is how do you, actually manipulate or how do you actually control this nasal cycle? जैसे मैंने बोला कुछ प्राणायाम प्रैक्टिसेस है, जैसे हम लोग नाड़ी शोधन करते हैं जो अनुलोम विलोम प्राणायाम है, या हम लोग लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रल ब्रीदिंग करते हैं, या हम लोग राइट नॉस्ट्रल ब्रीदिंग करते हैं, उससे आप अपने नेजल साइकिल को चेंज कर सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर आर 2 more important practices which I'm going to teach you today. There are 2 things which are very important by the use of which you can change your nasal cycle. Before we move to those practices, there is one last thing that I want to tell you. अब नाड़ीज के साथ कनेक्शन तो हम लोगों को नाक का पता चल गया. लास्ट क्लास में, इफ यू गो बैक टू द लास्ट क्लास, जो सलीमा की लास्ट क्लास हुई थी, उसमें उसने एक बहुत ही सुंदर स्टोरी के थ्रू उसने हम लोग को समझाया था कि कौन सा महाभूत कौन सी उंगली पे है, दैट शी हैड बेसिकली टोल्ड अस, और वो महाभूत कौन से ऑर्गन से जुड़ा हुआ है, वो भी उसने हम लोगों को समझाया था, करेक्ट। सो इफ यू ऑल रिमेम्बर, तो नाक से कौन सा महाभूत जुड़ा हुआ था, किसी को याद आ रहा है? which mahabhut is connected to your nose? So if you just look at your fingers, this is your agni, correct? This is your vayu, this is your akash, this is your prithvi, and this is the jal, correct? These are the 5 mahabhutas. अब इसमें से कौन सा महाभूत है जो अपनी नाक से जुड़ा हुआ है? पृथ्वी, करेक्ट मानसा। पृथ्वी इज द महाभूत विच इज कनेक्टेड टू योर नोज। जैसे उसने एग्जांपल दी थी, मिट्टी की खुशबू आती है, सो दैट इज हाउ वी कनेक्ट द नोज टू द गंध, टू द सेंस ऑफ स्मेल. So that means nose is connected to the prithvi element. Okay. Now again, connect prithvi to the parts of your body. What is prithvi? What is this element? ये महाभूत जो है पृथ्वी, it is heavy, right? It is stable. पृथ्वी या अर्थ जो है, it represents stability. Correct? So all the our bones, they are represented by the prithvi element. इन सारे जो भी स्टेबिलिटी बनाने वाले ऑर्गन्स है हमारी बॉडी में, उसमें से सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन जो है, दैट इज आवर स्पाइनल कॉर्ड. करेक्ट? स्पाइनल कॉर्ड इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन. इट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गन फॉर आवर स्टेबिलिटी. खड़े रहने के लिए, बैठने के लिए, चलने के लिए, आप कुछ भी एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं. So our nose is connected to the earth element, and it is connected to the place at the base of our spine. जहां से हमारी स्पाइन स्टार्ट होती है, जिसको आप टेल बोन बोलते हो, देयर इज द मोस्ट स्पेसिफिक कनेक्शन ऑफ आवर नोज. और हमारी स्पाइन के बेस पे कौन सा चक्र होता है? रूट चक्र, द मूलाधार चक्र. ओके, नाउ कनेक्ट दीज डॉट्स. आपकी नाक पृथ्वी एलिमेंट से जुड़ी हुई है, पृथ्वी महातत्व से जुड़ी हुई है, और पृथ्वी महातत्व का जो मेन जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है, इट इज स्टेबिलिटी, इट इज ग्राउंडिंग. ओके, ग्राउंडिंग, स्टेबिलिटी मतलब आप जब बैठे हुए हो तो आप किस पे बैठे हुए हो? यू आर सिटिंग ऑन योर टेल बोन. दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर बॉडी ऑन विच यू आर स्टेबली सिटिंग. ओके, सो आपका जो नाक है, वो अगर आप योगिक फिलॉसफी की बात करें, सो इट इज डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड टू योर मूलाधार चक्र. ओके, मूलाधार चक्र जो है वो आपका सबसे रूट चक्र है, सबसे बेसिक चक्र है. इन ह्यूमंस, मूलाधार चक्र इज द बेसिक चक्र, एंड इन एनिमल्स, मूलाधार चक्र इज द हाईएस्ट चक्र. ओके, दिस इज जस्ट अ फैक्ट दैट आई एम टेलिंग यू. इन ह्यूमंस, मूलाधार चक्र इज द बेसिक चक्र, सबसे पहला, सबसे निचला चक्र माना जाता है. लेकिन एनिमल्स में मूलाधार चक्र जो है वो आपका हाईएस्ट चक्र है. ओके, नाउ थिंक, there is a very interesting correlation. Okay, in animals the sense of smell is the highest. होता है कि नहीं होता है? एनिमल्स का सेंस ऑफ स्मेल सबसे ज्यादा होता है. Why? Because their Mooladhar chakra is their highest chakra, and the Mooladhar chakra is connected to their nose. Okay, हम लोगों में sense of smell इतना heightened नहीं होता है. We can smell, but it is not that strong, because in our body Mooladhar chakra is the very basic chakra. It is the primal chakra. It is something which represents our very animal needs. Okay, the Mooladhar chakra represents our ancient primitive animal needs, the need of security, the need of survival. Okay, the sexual desires, जो fear होता है, ये सारी चीजों को हमारा मूलाधार चक्र रिप्रेजेंट करता है. और अब आप ध्यान दीजिए, अगर आप अपनी नाक और अपने मूलाधार चक्र का कनेक्शन जानते हैं, so by taking care of your nose and by taking care of your nasal cycle, you can very easily manipulate all these emotions. Okay, जितने हमारे primitive emotions हैं, वो सारे हमारे मूलाधार चक्र में बने रहते हैं. तो अगर आप अपने nasal cycle को, अगर अपनी नाक के cycles को अगर आप मैनिपुलेट कर सकते हैं. You can very easily control all these primitive animalic instincts that we still have. Okay, we have evolved from animals, correct? So jo animal evolution mein, and this the modern science also correlates with this. मॉडर्न साइंस मूलाधार चक्र की बात नहीं करता है, लेकिन मॉडर्न साइंस बताता है कि हमारे नाक के जो नर्व्स हैं, दे आर कनेक्टेड टू दिस वन पर्टिकुलर पार्ट इन आवर ब्रेन विच इज कॉल्ड राइनोस्फेलॉन. ओके, ये जो राइनोस्फेलॉन है, ये हमारे ब्रेन का सबसे पुराना पार्ट है, which has been a part of our brain since we were Neanderthals or something. So evolution में वो part ज्यादा develop नहीं हुआ है. So that is why that part resembles the animal's brain the most. Okay, so modern science also relates to the primitive quality of your smell. It also relates to the most important animal quality that we have in term of our sense of smell, and that is why it governs our most primitive emotions and desires. Okay, the desires which make us the desires which we want to make us feel more secure and survive. The survival skills जो होता है वो आपकी नाक के ऊपर डिपेंड होता है. So simply relate to this, that your nose is the connection to your Mooladhara chakra. Your Mooladhara chakra will affect your survival, your fear, your most basic primitive emotions, and that is how you can control or you can manipulate them. Okay, so एक और important चीज, your nose is also related to your digestive system. How? Again, go back to the same thing. Your nose is related to the Prithvi element. Prithvi element is related to your Mooladhara chakra. Now, which is one organ जो आपके Mooladhara chakra के सबसे नजदीक है? Apart from your reproductive organs, it is your digestive system, right? It is your large intestine and your anus. All right. So that is how your nose is related to your sense of smell. It is related to the element Prithvi. It is related to Mooladhara chakra, and it is also related to your digestive system in form of large intestine and anus. Okay, now understand all this physiology, and then you will realize that pranayama practice is not just breathing in, breathing out. It is not just controlling your breath or lengthening your inhalation or lengthening your exhalation. It is so much more than that. Okay, now as I told you, we are going to practice two things. दो बहुत ही simple चीजें हैं जो हम लोग कर सकते हैं अपने nasal cycle को change करने के लिए. Okay, अब उसके लिए सबसे पहले आप लोग बैठ जाएं, आंखें बंद करें, and I want all of you to figure out which nostril is dominant at this point in time. Okay, 2 सेकेंड लगेंगे आपको. Just pay attention to your breathing, close your eyes and figure out कि कौन सा nostril अभी dominant है. You do not need to tell me, just become aware, and if you find out, just give me a thumbs up कि हाँ मुझे पता चल गया कि मेरा कौन सा nostril dominant. Okay, अपर्णा जी. All right. Okay, all the thumbs ups are coming up. Okay, so everybody has now realized that which nostril is dominant. आपका जो अगर आपका लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रिल डोमिनेंट है इस टाइम पे, तो मैं आपको अपने लेफ्ट साइड पे सोने की, यू हैव टू लाई डाउन ऑन योर लेफ्ट साइड. सुनो, ध्यान से सुनो. अगर आपका लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रिल डोमिनेंट है तो आपको अब लेफ्ट की तरफ सो जाना है जमीन पे. ओके, और अगर आपका राइट नॉस्ट्रिल डोमिनेंट है तो आप राइट की तरफ सो जाएंगे. ऑलराइट, चलो लाई डाउन. इफ योर राइट नॉस्ट्रिल इज डोमिनेंट, लाई डाउन ऑन योर राइट साइड. If your left nostril is dominant, lie down on your left side. And now keep your awareness on your breathing. Okay, breathing पे अपना ध्यान रखिए. धीरे धीरे you will realize that your nasal cycle is switching. What does that mean? If you are lying down on your right side, धीरे धीरे आपका left nostril active होना start हो जाएगा. And if you are lying down on your left side, your right nostril will start getting activated. Okay, so just lie down for maybe 2-3 minutes. Allow the nasal cycle to switch and just become aware that your nasal cycle will slowly switch. सो फॉर दोज जिनका राइट नॉस्ट्रल एक्टिव था और वो राइट साइड पे लेटे हैं, उनका लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रल धीरे धीरे एक्टिव हो जाएगा. जो लोग लेफ्ट साइड पे लेटे हैं, जिनका लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रल एक्टिव था, उनका राइट नॉस्ट्रल एक्टिव हो जाएगा. Whenever you realize this, if it is happening, just give me a thumbs up कि हाँ ये हो रहा है. Oh, very nice, very quick. Okay, so just lie down for a few more seconds, and if you have understood the nasal switching, you can slowly get up. So we were lying down just to understand that lying on your one side can switch your nasal cycle. Okay, आप जिस भी तरफ लेटे हुए हैं, वो जो नॉस्ट्रल है वो आपका डॉर्मेंट नॉस्ट्रल हो जाता है, और जो ऑपोजिट नॉस्ट्रल है वो एक्टिव हो जाता है. तो अगर राइट की तरफ लेटे हैं तो आपका लेफ्ट नॉस्ट्रल एक्टिव हो जाएगा, लेफ्ट की तरफ लेटे हैं तो राइट नॉस्ट्रल एक्टिव हो जाएगा. कैन यू कनेक्ट दिस टू वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट जो हम लोग शवासन के बाद करते हैं? Salima and I, we tell you to turn on your left side and then you get up. Why is that important? Because after Shavasana, when you're coming to your action, the active part of your life, we want you to turn on your left side so that your right nostril becomes active, and then you slowly get up and get to your regular day-to-day activities. Okay, this is one thing that you can do. रात को अगर आपको नींद नहीं आ रही है, lie down on your right side. Your left nostril will activate and you will relax. Okay, morning में भी जब आप बेड से उठते हैं, turn on your left side, let your right nostril activate, lie down on your right side for a few seconds and then you get up. All right, छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो आप अपने रेगुलर लाइफ में इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं. During the day also, if you think the body has become too active, the mind is too active, and the body temperature has risen, you can lie down on your right side, let your left nostril activate. क्योंकि हर जगह आप breathe in breathe out तो नहीं कर सकते ना. You cannot do that everywhere and every time. So very simple thing, lie down on your side, allow your one nostril to activate. Okay, now again, लेटना भी हर जगह possible नहीं होगा. If you're sitting in your office, you cannot lie down, you cannot find a space to lie down. In that case, this second activity comes in picture. Okay, now for this one, I was fascinated when I came to know this. Now imagine the picture of an ancient yogi or an ancient sadhu. Okay, there are few objects that we connect to the ancient sadhus, correct? लंबे बाल हैं, जटाएं हैं, और some sort of thing. And one very important aspect जो मुझे कभी समझ में नहीं आया था कि इसका कारण क्या है, उनके पास एक लकड़े का एक ऐसे ट्रायंगुलर शेप का डंडा होता है जो वो अपने हाथ के नीचे रखते हैं, करेक्ट? तो मुझे when I was growing up, I used to think कि हाँ उनका हाथ थक जाता होगा, that is why they keep this like this, to handle their prayer beads or whatever. I have recently come to know that is not the case. This yoga danda, that stick is called yoga danda, and if you notice, they keep it under their armpit. वो यहाँ पे नहीं रखते हैं, वो armpit पे रखते हैं. Because again, the nerves of your nose go through your armpits. So if you want to regulate the breathing through your nose, your armpits are a very important tool. So again, what you can do, this asana is called Padadhira asana. Okay, so you can sit in any particular position. किसी भी particular आप sitting position में बैठ जाएंगे. अब हमारे पास योग दंड तो नहीं है, हम लोग अपने हाथों को यूज करेंगे. ठीक है? So अगर आप चाहते हैं, again, if you want to become aware of your nostril and if you want to change the flow of your nostril, so for example, अगर मेरे right nostril से अभी dominantly flow हो रहा है and I want to switch it, I want you to switch it to the left nostril, so I will press my right armpit. Okay, fingers, हाथ का जो ये हिस्सा है वो आप अपनी armpits के नीचे रखेंगे, अंगूठा बाहर रहेगा और थोड़ा उसको प्रेशर लगाना है. You have to press the armpits a little bit and you will just sit. थोड़ी देर में आपका जो nostrils का flow है वो switch हो जाएगा. Similarly, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि right nostril का flow बढ़ाना है तो आप left armpit के नीचे अपना हाथ रखेंगे. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि balanced flow है, which is very important, okay, for yoga, for pranayama, for dhyana, for meditation, it is important that the both nostrils flow simultaneously. Okay, so for that, what you will do, both the hands under your armpits and you will sit. With your eyes closed, in a few seconds, you will find that your nostrils are equally breathing. Okay? So, if you're sitting in office, if you want to control your active brain, right armpit के नीचे हाथ लगा के 2 से 4 मिनट बैठिए. Your left nostril will activate and your mind will settle down. Okay, if you want to practice this right now, please keep both your hands under your armpits and sit for few seconds. आंखें बंद करके अपना ध्यान अपनी सांसों पे रखिए and become aware of the dominant nostril. धीरे धीरे आपके दोनों nostrils के अंदर से जो breathing है वो equal होती जाए. It will take some practice because it requires some pressure on your armpits, but with practice it will happen, definitely. This is a scientifically proven study which has shown कि ये होता है. Alright, so sit like that for 2-3 minutes. Allow your nostrils to come to a balance. The balancing may or may not happen. With me, I practiced it 3-4 times. एक बार हुआ, बाकी time पे मुझे नहीं लगा. But that is okay. You just need to understand that you have to put pressure on your armpits for your nostrils to get balanced. Okay. Now I'm repeating it again and again. Nostrils have to be balanced. Nostrils have to be balanced. Why do they have to be balanced? Okay. Like अभी मैंने आपको बताया, left is ida nadi, right is pingala nadi. एक और नाड़ी की मैंने बात की थी, सुषुम्ना नाड़ी. Like I said, Sushumna Nadi is activated at the time of Samadhi, at the time of Dhyan and the meditation. Sushumna Nadi is active when both the nostrils are balanced. When you are breathing through both the nostrils equally, that is when Sushumna Nadi is activated. Okay, that is something which comes only with practice. मैंने अपनी last class में भी बोला था, you have to be patient with yourself. This is something which will not come in one day, 1 week, 1 year. It is a practice of lifetimes. Okay, but you have to understand why breathing through both the nostrils equally is important, because that is the time when you're both your connect the dots ना. Left nostril से breathe कर रहे हैं तो right वाला active है brain, right से कर रहे हैं तो left वाला active है. There should be some point where both them are in equilibrium, right? That point comes when both your nostrils are active equally. Okay, पूरे दिन में वो टाइम आता है जब हमारे nasal cycle switch होते हैं ना, उनके बीच में there are hardly a few fraction of seconds when both our minds are in equilibrium, because when the nasal cycle is switching at that time, कुछ seconds ऐसे होते हैं जब दोनों nostrils में से breathe in breathe out हो रहा होता है. But what we want to do, we want to increase that duration of time. जब हमारे दोनों नाक से breathe in breathe out हो रहा है, so that brain, both the hemispheres are in equilibrium, so that the Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi are in equilibrium, so that the masculine and the feminine is in equilibrium. Okay, कि एक ज्यादा है एक कम है वैसा नहीं चाहिए. It should be in equilibrium. Both the aspects are equal. That is the importance of pranayama. That is why we want to practice pranayama to not on our physical level, not on the mental level, but on the spiritual level as well. Okay, so that is why I wanted to touch on the yogic philosophy of nose today, for you to understand why we are doing all this, because nose is not just an external organ, it is connected to everything internal as well, right from your anus to your brain. तो नीचे से लेके ऊपर तक सब कंट्रोल कर रहा है. ठीक है, so ये दोनों प्रैक्टिसेस हम लोगों ने प्रैक्टिस की. नाउ आई विल कम टू अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ प्राणायामा जो आज तक हम लोगों ने किया भी नहीं है, एंड आई विल अगेन, आई एम डिस्कसिंग इट विद यू, आई एम गोइंग टू टीच यू, बट आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू नॉट टू प्रैक्टिस कुंभका और द रिटेंशन ऑफ the breath that we are going to talk about now without any teacher's guidance. Okay, so जब तक आपका प्राणायामा प्रैक्टिस बहुत डीपन नहीं हो जाता तब तक आपको कुंभक प्रैक्टिस नहीं करना चाहिए आइडियली, या तो कुंभक यू शुड प्रैक्टिस ओनली विद योर टीचर. बट आई वांट यू गाइस टू नो अबाउट कुंभक बिकॉज हम लोग नेचुरली भी कुंभक लगाते हैं. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज कुंभक? पहले भी एक क्लास में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था. हमारे ब्रीदिंग के 3 एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं. एक तो हम लोग इनहेल करते हैं, एक तो हम लोग एक्सहेल करते हैं, और हमारे इनहेल और एक्सहेल के बीच में नेचुरली एक पॉज आता है. ओके, दैट पॉज इज डिफरेंट फॉर ऑल पीपल. किसी किसी में वो पॉज इतना छोटा होता है कि आप रियलाइज भी नहीं करते हैं कि आपने पॉज लिया है. इन सम पीपल हु डू ब्रीदिंग प्रॉपरली, उनमें वो पॉज थोड़ा it is considerable. You can actually find out that there is a pause. Okay, ये natural होता है. You don't have to do it like how you're breathing and breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out के बीच में एक pause होता है. Okay, that pause, that holding of breath, that suspension of breath is called kumbhaka. Okay, inhalation is called purak, exhalation is called rechak, and this holding of breath between each inhale and exhale is called kumbhak. Okay, अब आपका ये जो सस्पेंशन ऑफ ब्रेथ होता है ये हर इनहेल के बाद भी होता है, हर एक्सहेल के बाद भी होता है. So after every inhale there is a pause, after every exhale there is a pause, and that is how the cycle goes on. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause, and so on and so on. ठीक है? Now, why is this pause important? Inhale जब हम लोग, तो कैसा है हमारा ब्रीदिंग प्रोसेस, कैसा है? हम लोग सांस भरते हैं, ऑक्सीजन लंग्स में जाता है, लंग्स से वो ऑक्सीजन ब्लड स्ट्रीम में जाता है, ब्लड स्ट्रीम का कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वापस लंग्स में आता है और उसको हम लोग एक्सहेल करते हैं. नाउ, and in this entire process, what is the most important step? Anybody can guess which is the most important step? सांस भरी, लंग्स में पहुंची, लंग्स से O2 ब्लड में गया, ब्लड से CO2 लंग्स में आया वापस और हमने एक्सहेल किया. The most important step is the exchange which is happening. It is the exchange which is happening. लंग्स में से O2 ब्लड में जा रहा है. अगर ये नहीं होगा तो सांस भरने का कोई फायदा ही नहीं है ना. If the oxygen is not going into blood and if the carbon dioxide is not coming out of blood, then there is no point in breathing. Breathing का main तो यही है ना कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है वो ब्लड से बाहर आ जाए और ऑक्सीजन जो है वो ब्लड में चला जाए, so that then oxygen reaches to each and every cell of our body through our blood. So this aspect, the exchange of gases which happens at the alveolar level of your lungs, आपके lungs का जो सबसे छोटा कैपिलरी होता है उससे और ब्लड में आपके ये एक्सचेंज होता है. दिस एक्सचेंज हैपेंस एट दैट पॉज. आप सांस लेने और सांस छोड़ने के बीच में जो पॉज लेते हैं, दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन दिस एक्सचेंज इज हैपनिंग. नाउ if you want to increase the exchange, if you want to increase the quantity of air which is getting exchanged, what you should do? That pause should be longer. Correct? That is why Kumbhaka is very very important. Okay, योगा टेक्स्ट में जो हमारे एंशियंट टेक्स्ट हैं उनमें कुंभक को इतना इंपॉर्टेंट माना जाता है दैट पतंजलि योग सूत्र में प्राणायाम का नाम ही कुंभक है. महर्षि पतंजलि calls pranayama kumbhak. He doesn't call it pranayam. He says pranayam is kumbhak. And they also say that all these breathing practices that you are doing, भ्रामरी, नाड़ी शोधन, उज्जयी, जो भी आप कर रहे हैं, उनका ultimate goal is that you should be able to suspend your breath for long period of time. मतलब आपका कुंभक का जो ड्यूरेशन है वो बढ़ना चाहिए. Again, a note of caution, it will not happen in 1 day, 1 year, 1 week. It will happen in years. You have to practice every single day to reach that point where your breath can suspend for even 15-20 seconds. That is also मैं बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रही हूँ. But the ultimate goal of your pranayama practice is to increase the duration, to give your lungs more time for the gaseous exchange of O2 and CO2, oxygen and carbon dioxide. जितना ज्यादा हम लोग जब सांस भरते हैं तो हमारी सांस में ऑलमोस्ट 20% ऑक्सीजन होता है. ओके, जो सांस बाहर आती है ना उसमें 14% ऑक्सीजन होता है. मतलब सिर्फ 6% ऑक्सीजन बॉडी के अंदर पहुंचता है, बाकी का 14% हम लोग निकाल देते हैं वापस. ओके, so if you increase the duration of Kumbhaka, what will happen? That quantity of oxygen reaching your cells, reaching your body will increase. At the same time, carbon dioxide that is coming out of the body will also increase. Carbon dioxide is nothing, it is a waste. It is the result of the metabolism of your cells. So it has to come out. All right. So that is the importance of your Kumbhaka. एक और important चीज, आपकी जो inhalation और exhalation है, they are also related to your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. They are also related to your Ida nadi and Pingala nadi. Okay, your inhale and your exhale. Nostrils तो related है ही, inhale और exhale भी related है. Inhalation, now inhale, जब मैं आपको inhale करने के लिए बोलती हूँ, you have to put some effort, correct? So inhalation is an active process. Inhale जब आप करते हैं, आपका diaphragm नीचे की ओर shift होता है, आपके lungs के नीचे जो diaphragm है, it shifts downwards, और आपकी intercostal muscles जो है, आपके rib cage के बीच में जो muscles हैं, वो भी stretch होते हैं to make the space for your lungs, so that the air can go in. So inhalation is an active process. Inhalation is a stress response. I'll repeat it one more time. Inhalation is a stress response. Inhalation is a property of your sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system controls our fight and flight. It controls our stress reactions. Okay. So inhalation is an active process. It is a stress response. It is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system. It is controlled by the Pingala nadi, the active nadi, the sun nadi. Okay. Exhalation is a passive process. Exhalation के time पे आपके जो rib cage है वो अपनी जगह पे आ रहा है, diaphragm भी अपनी जगह पे आ रहा है, relax हो रहा है. So it is a relaxive response. सिंपल सी बात है, अगर कुछ अचानक से डरावना आपके सामने में हमारे सामने आ जाता है, what is our reaction? We pull the breath in, right? Because it is a stress response. And when you are relaxing, we relax and we leave our breath. मराठी में एक बहुत अच्छी कहावत है, सुटके सा निश्वास छोड़ने, कि मतलब छूट जाने का exhale करना. Like when you release, when you are out of some difficult situation, you leave your breath, you exhale. So exhalation is a function of your parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and relaxation and Ida nadi, the left nostril. Okay, so inhalation, exhalation. अब इसमें भी एक तो कुंभक important है, because कुंभक gives you that. अब inhalation और exhalation में क्या ज्यादा important है? Can you just guess? Exhalation is more important. Okay, that is why during our classes also we always tell you slow exhale. Slow and complete exhale is very important, because your exhalation is directly related to your rest and relaxation response. अगर आपके exhalations fast है, you will never relax and you will never rest. Your parasympathetic nervous system will never get activated. Okay, so आज जो हम लोग दो practices करेंगे with our breath. In practice number 1, we will try to extend our exhalations, and in practice number 2, we will try to introduce Kumbhaka or holding of the breath. Okay, I know it was too much theory today, but we wanted this to be sent out to all of you so that you have a basic understanding of why we are doing what we are doing. Okay, चलिए अभी अगर आप notes ले रहे थे साइड में रख दीजिए. You can sit down. We will just do these 2 breathing practices and then we will lie down for showers. So you can sit down in a normal क्रॉस लेगेड और वज्रासन जिसमें भी आपको बैठना है, सुखासन में बैठ जाएं। दोनों हाथों को थाइस पे रखें, ध्यान रखें रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी हो, आंखों को बंद करें और अपना ध्यान अपनी ब्रीदिंग पे लगा लें। इनहेल एंड एक्सहेल। सांस भरते रहें, छोड़ते रहें। अलाउ योर ब्रेथ टू सेटल डाउन। Take a few more normal breaths in and out. Now I want you to count the length of your inhales and your exhales. When you start inhaling, count. When you start exhaling, count. So maybe your inhale is 3 counts long and your exhale is 3 counts long. Whatever is the number, you have to keep this in mind. So count the length of your inhale, count the length of your exhale. Keep this number in mind. Now in the next breath, your inhale will remain the same. Do not change your inhale in any way, but try to lengthen the duration of your exhale. For that, what you have to do, अपने exhalation की गति को आपको थोड़ा धीमा करना पड़ेगा. You have to decrease the rate of your exhale, okay, or the speed of your exhale. Sorry, not the rate, the speed of your exhale. ओके सो अपने एक्सेल को एटलीस्ट 1 काउंट बढ़ाने की आप कोशिश करेंगे. सो इफ योर एक्सेल वाज 3 काउंट्स लॉन्ग, नाउ यू हैव टू मेक इट एटलीस्ट 4 काउंट्स लॉन्ग. If it is happening, very good. If it is not happening, if you are feeling suffocated, please stop. Okay, you should not be feeling suffocated. आराम से कीजिए. कभी भी आपको ऐसा लगे कि अब बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है तो थोड़ा ब्रेक लेके नॉर्मल श्वास भरें, छोड़ें एंड अगेन गेट बैक टू इनहेलेशन एंड एक्सटेंडेड एक्सहेलेशन. 1 काउंट बढ़ाना है एक्सहेल को. जिन लोगों को ऐसा लग रहा है कि 1 काउंट तो बहुत इजीली बढ़ गया, वो 2 काउंट बढ़ाइए. सो इफ यू थिंक कि हाँ 1 काउंट में इजीली बढ़ा पा रही हूँ, now you have to increase the exhalation by 2 counts. So अगर आपका exhalation पहले 3 था, अब आपको उसको 5 तक लेके जाना है. Make sure you're not putting too much effort in your inhales and exhales. It should be rather effortless. ना तो बहुत ज्यादा सांस खींचनी है, ना तो बहुत जबरदस्ती सांस को रोकना है. Okay, it should not be very stressful. You know, ऐसे बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस ना क्रिएट करो बॉडी के अंदर. आराम से करो, जितना हो रहा है उतना ही करो. That means that is how much your body is ready for at this point in time. अगर 2 काउंट भी आराम से बढ़ गया है तो 3 काउंट बढ़ाओ. I am only saying if you can do this very easily, only then you will increase by 1 more count. जिनको नहीं हो रहा है वो जहां पे है वहीं पे प्रैक्टिस करते रहे. We will practice this for 3 more minutes. So जो लोग आराम से अपना एक्सहेलेशन का लेंथ बढ़ा पा रहे हैं, वो धीरे धीरे बढ़ाते जाओ. 2 काउंट बढ़ाया, कुछ सांस भरी छोड़ी, फिर 3 काउंट बढ़ाया, फिर कुछ सांस भरी छोड़ी. द रेशियो इज 1:2. मतलब अगर आपकी इनहेल 2 काउंट लंबी है तो आपकी एक्सहेल जो है वो 8 काउंट लंबी होनी चाहिए. ओके, इट इज 1:4. So if your inhale is 3 count long, your exhale should reach up to 12 count long. I'm not saying you do it today. I'm telling you what is the ratio that you have to reach some point of the time. आज अब जितना कर पा रहे हैं उतना ही करें. Please do not push your body to do something that it is not ready for. जब आपको लगे कि बस इससे ज्यादा मैं एक्सहेल को और लंबा नहीं कर सकती या कर सकता हूँ, just stop and keep breathing at that rate. Whatever is the rate of your exhale now, just keep breathing at that. For 1 more minute, keep your awareness on your exhales allow your exhales to lengthen as much as you can. एंड रिलैक्स. आंखें मत खोलिए, आंखें बंद ही रखिए. पैरों को अगर थोड़ा रिलैक्स करना है तो कर लीजिए, थोड़ा सिटिंग पोजीशन अगर चेंज करना है तो कर लीजिए. Okay, so you can practice this on a daily basis. Start with your normal breath and then slowly with awareness try to increase the duration of your exhales. Once again, a note of caution, please do not push your body to do something that doesn't come naturally to it. It will come with practice. अगर आपका ड्यूरेशन एक ही सेकेंड बढ़ रहा है, that is also progress. Okay, so don't worry अगर एक ही दिन में 12 तक नहीं पहुंच रहे हो, that is all right. And it should be in the ratio of your inhalation. अगर inhalation 2 काउंट का है तो exhalation 8 काउंट तक पहुंचाना है. That is your goal. It may happen in 1 month, it may happen in 1 year, as much time as body wants to take. But with regular practice, it will happen. All right. Now again, come back into a normal sitting position. पैरों को अगर थोड़ा relax कर लिया है, थोड़ा sitting position change करना है तो कर लो. 5-10 सेकेंड और चाहिए तो ले लो. Now we will practice the internal retention of the breath. Okay, बैठे बैठे एक और चीज जो आपको बताना, सॉरी मैं भूल गई. कुंभक जो है वो 2 टाइप का होता है. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला, इनहेल के बाद भी आप पॉज लेते हो, एक्सहेल के बाद भी आप पॉज लेते हो. सो जो इनहेल के बाद हम लोग पॉज लेते हैं उसको इंटरनल रिटेंशन या अंतर कुंभक बोला जाता है. अंतर मीन्स इंटरनल. सो द इंटरनल कुंभक इज द कुंभक दैट यू apply after your inhale. After exhale जो कुंभक लेते हैं उसको बाह्य कुंभक बोलते हैं और एक्सटर्नल कुंभक बोलते हैं. ओके, सो आज जो हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करेंगे दैट इज इंटरनल कुंभक. एक्सटर्नल कुंभक इज अ मोर डिफिकल्ट प्रैक्टिस. इट विल नॉट come into the picture till the time we are completely settled in our breath. So आज हम लोग सिर्फ internal retention या अंतर कुंभक का प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. ठीक है, सो सिंपल है. आपको इनहेल करना है. इनहेल के बाद आपको सिर्फ 2 सेकेंड के लिए या 2 काउंट के लिए अपनी ब्रेथ को रोकना है और फिर आपको धीरे धीरे एक्सहेल करना है. 2 सेकेंड सब लोग रोक पाएंगे बिकॉज 2 सेकेंड इज नॉट अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम. आई वॉन्ट टू गिव यू अ वेरी इजी नंबर सो दैट today's practice is just to you for you to become aware of that holding. Okay, we are not going to increase the holding today. We are just going to hold the breath for 2 seconds. ऑल राइट, चलिए आ जाइए नॉर्मल सिटिंग पोजीशन में. सुखासन, वज्रासन, पद्मासन, जिसमें भी आपको बैठना है. चश्मा निकाल लीजिए. हाथों को अपने थाइज पे रखिए आराम से. रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी हो, शोल्डर्स को रोल बैक करना हो तो कर लीजिए. नाउ वंस अगेन कनेक्ट विथ योर ब्रेथ. आती जाती सांसों की तरफ ध्यान रखें. सांस भरें, सांस छोड़ें. कुछ देर नॉर्मल श्वास चलती रहे. Once you feel that your breath is settled, I want you to hold your breath after every inhale only for 2 seconds. सांस भरनी है, 2 काउंट के लिए सांस को रोकना है और धीरे धीरे एक्सहेल करना है. सांस को रोकने के बाद एकदम से फट से एक्सहेल मत करो. ओके, डोंट लीव योर ब्रेथ एकदम अचानक से. जो हम लोगों ने लेंथन किया है अपनी एक्सहेल को, उसको आपको कंटिन्यू रखना है. सो इवन आफ्टर होल्डिंग द ब्रेथ योर एक्सहेल हैज टू बी लॉन्ग एंड स्लो. ओके, चलिए स्टार्ट कीजिए एट योर ओन पेस. कम से कम 11 बार आपको ये प्रैक्टिस करना है. यू हैव टू इनहेल, होल्ड फॉर 2 काउंट्स, स्लो एंड कंट्रोल्ड एक्सहेल. इनहेल एक्सहेल को मैं काउंट करने के लिए नहीं बोल रही हूं, बट स्लोली कीजिए. वंस अगेन बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट नहीं डालना है. अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि सफोकेशन सा फील हो रहा है चेस्ट पे, तो 2-3 नॉर्मल सांस भरो और फिर से स्टार्ट करो. At least 11 times you have to do this. जब भी 11 बार आपका हो जाए तो रिलैक्स करें, नॉर्मल इनहेल एक्सहेल के साथ वापस जुड़ जाए। ग्यारह बार हो जाए तो रिलैक्स करें। When everybody is done, we will lie down for Shavasana. These were the two practices for your Kumbhaka and exhalation. So अगर जिनका हो गया है वो शवासन के लिए लेट सकते हैं। Once everybody is done, I'll start the Shavasana. There are few more students who are still practicing. जो लोग लेट गए हैं वो आराम से लेटे रहें and start relaxing your body. From your toes, you may start relaxing each and every part. चल, पैरों में फासला, हथेलियां खुली हुई आकाश की ओर, आती जाती सांसों पे अपना ध्यान। अपने पूरे शरीर को बिल्कुल ढीला छोड़ें। पैरों से शुरुआत करते हुए पैरों की उंगलियां, तलवे, एड़ी, एंकल जॉइंट्स, पिंडलियां यानी कि काफ मसल्स, घुटने, जंघा पूरी तरह से ढीले, पूरी तरह से रिलैक्स। बटक्स को, पेल्विक फ्लोर मसल्स को ढीला छोड़ें और अपना ध्यान अपनी नाभि की तरफ ले आएं। नाभि के रिलैक्स होते ही शरीर की सारी नस नाड़ियां पूरी तरह से शांत और शिथिल हो चुकी। चेस्ट को रिलैक्स करें, कंधों को ढीला छोड़ें। कंधों के अगल बगल आपके दोनों हाथ, हाथों की उंगलियां, हथेली, कलाई, कोहनी ढीले, शिथिल, शांत। मन की दृष्टि अपने मेरुदंड यानी कि स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की ओर ले आएं। टेलबोन से शुरुआत करें, धीरे धीरे स्पाइन को ढीला छोड़ते जाएं सर के निचले हिस्से तक। शोल्डर ब्लेड्स को भी रिलैक्स करें, पूरी पीठ जमीन से जुड़ी हुई, पूरी पीठ रिलैक्स। गर्दन को ढीला छोड़ें और मन की दृष्टि चेहरे की ओर ले आएं। माथे पर कोई तनाव, कोई शिकन न रहने दें। नेत्रों की पलकें हल्के से बंद। अपने होठों को, दांतों को, जबान को बिल्कुल ढीला छोड़ें। आपके सारे तनाव कानों के थ्रू बाहर की ओर निकल चुके हैं और आपका मन, मस्तिष्क, शरीर पूरी तरह से शांत, स्थिर, रिलैक्स। एक बार गहरी लंबी सांस भरें, धीरे धीरे रिलीज करें। एक बार फिर से गहरी लंबी सांस भरें, धीरे धीरे रिलीज करें। एक आखिरी बार गहरी लंबी सांस भरें, धीरे धीरे रिलीज। अब अपनी पूर्व अवस्था में वापस लौटने के लिए हाथों की उंगलियों में हल्की सी हलचल, दोनों हथेलियां मिलाएं, घर्षण करें। गरम हथेलियां अपने चेहरे पे लगाएं, आंखों की मसाज करें। हथेलियां फिर से आंखों पे लगाएं, धीरे धीरे हथेली हटाएं, आंखें खोलें, दृष्टि चारों ओर रोटेट करें, एक बार क्लॉकवाइज, एक बार एंटी क्लॉकवाइज। लेफ्ट हाथ पीछे ले जाएं, लेफ्ट साइड करवट लें और कुछ देर वहीं पे लेटे रहें। अब धीरे धीरे दोनों हाथों का सहारा लेते हुए उठ के बैठ जाएं। Thank you so much for joining today. If you have any questions, I'm so sorry. किसी को कोई question है, कुछ पूछना है, you may ask now, or you can drop a message or as well if there are any questions that you may ask. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us in a Sunday morning. Take care of yourselves. We will see you again next Sunday. Yes, Vidya, want to ask something?
Is the hypertension people can do the Kumbhak for some time, shorter time at least?
कुंभक जैसे आज मैंने आपको कराया ना, just for 2 seconds you can do, but longer kumbhak is not is not to be done. For hypertension, people with heart diseases, during pregnancy periods, people with mental health issues of any kind should not practice kumbhaka, but short retention of breath is okay. Okay, 2 seconds तक आप रोक सकते हैं, उससे लंबा आपको नहीं करना चाहिए. ठीक है? Yes, yes, Mansa.
And when you were making us do the Kumbhak, how is it the same that we try to practice in Anuloma Viloma? Because in Anuloma Viloma, in the way that I have learned, you start from exhaling on your left nostril, take a breath and then hold it and then release it. So in the beginning of practice, it was told that you try to focus on exhaling, and slowly they asked us, I was told that try to now hold. Try to increase that gap. It's the same.
Yes. Yeah, same. So in every pranayam, whatever we do now, like we do, like you said, Anulom Vilom we do. So generally when we practice with beginners, we do not introduce Kumbhak. Okay, like I said, Kumbhak is something which you introduce when you have control on your breath, when you have control on your inhalations and exhalations, and you have practiced pranayama for at least some time. That is when we introduce Kumbhak, because Kumbhak is a very powerful technique. Okay, everybody cannot hold their breath. All right, so it is the same, but generally when we teach Anulom Vilom, we do not introduce Kumbhak because we do not know what is the stage that the practitioner is. It is the same. Holding
And
your breath during your breathing is Kumbhak. It can
okay.
be Antar Kumbhak, it can be Bahya Kumbhak.
Okay, and you were mentioning the seconds that we need to probably try to achieve it. So it is for one count of
So
inhalation. You said a
so
few counts, right?
yeah, so for one count of inhalation, so if you are asking me about inhalation, retention and exhalation, the ratio is 1:2:4.
One
So
is
for
to two
every
is to
one
four.
inhalation, there has to be 2 seconds of holding and 4 seconds of exhalation. तो
Okay.
अगर आपका inhalation 4 counts लंबा है, your holding has to be 8 counts and your exhalation has to be 16 counts. तो
Okay.
जैसे जैसे inhalation का duration
You
बढ़ता है,
proportionally increase. Try to. So this is the ideal ratio we need to.
this is the ideal
try
ratio
to
according to our yogic text and also according to the modern science. 1:2:4.
Okay. I forgot. I don't want to hold the rest of the folks, but do you have a couple of minutes? I cannot hold from sharing a few things that I have
Yes.
noticed through
Please,
this session.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
If someone wants
Everybody
to
else, if
drop
you want
off,
to leave, you can leave.
Yeah.
It's all right. Okay.
Before I share the few points that I noticed, one question I again have, I missed this out while taking the notes. You said that it was very fascinating when you told the story about that sages using the wooden stick. So when you said that they were keeping it here, what was the connection again? You said about
So that is
the muscle.
when they are meditating, like I said, when they are meditating. So if you see, most of the sages use 2 dandas.
Yes.
They keep it under both their armpits.
Both armpits.
Because when they are in dhyana, they want both their hemispheres to be in equilibrium.
Okay.
So when you keep it under your armpits, your nasal cycle is balanced, your hemispheres is balanced. जो हम लोगों ने ये जो practice किया ना, the same thing.
ये प्रेशर लगाने से क्या होता है? कुछ कनेक्शन है क्या नॉस्ट्रिल का?
यहाँ के जो nerve endings हैं, they are directly connected to our olfactory bulb. Olfactory bulb is it is the nerve, it is a collection of nerves which connect to the nose in our brain. So they also are connected to the same point.
तो अगर इतना कनेक्शन है, अगर बच्चे जब congestion, cold,
yes.
when they're facing it, should we massage the armpits and will it help?
Massage the armpits. You can ask them to do this also. This will release the congestion.
Okay. Because my daughter has this allergic rhinitis, because of which she keeps falling sick, having congestions and nose blocks.
I understand.
I think this thing is
Thank
something.
you for asking the question. Yes, you can use this with kids in congestion. In fact, naak agar aapka block hai, you can do this.
Okay.
It will release the nostrils.
Okay. So I have my questions clarified, but there are a few things that I noticed right from the beginning of this session. It could be more aligned to the dharma that I follow, which is Hinduism. I was always told that Ganpati se arambh kare. So it connects that this is the basic chakra, which I came to know only later when I had that awareness that there's these many chakras. In the basic chakra, who Adidevata of this chakra is Ganpati.
Correct.
So he is the reason of all that you have explained now. So he's associated with it. So that's one thing that I noticed. Oh, that's why they tell us to start with praying to Ganpati and then reach to any other god that you want, that you like or inclined to it. This is one thing I've noticed. And the second thing is, any puja or any ritual we start with praying to Ganpati, and then we progress towards Guru Prarthana, and then we go towards Gayatri Mantra.
Yes.
And when we go to Gayatri Mantra, they say, if you are not a follower of, you are not a practitioner of Gayatri Mantra, it is okay. And then they tell one mantra that Purakam Kumbhakam Rechaka.
Correct.
Tadanantaram Pranayama Idam Proktam Sarvadeva Shankaram. When they say this, I could never relate to it. I was told, okay, maybe I don't have this janjam, this sacred thread. So that's why they tell us, they ask us, finish this mantra, then you do the pranayam once, and then you continue, is what they said. oh, so they tell this because they want, before we pray or we meditate, they want our brains to be in equilibrium. And that's
Correct.
when you pray. I was like, wow,
Isn't
there
it
were so
beautiful?
many moments of wow today. Generally, I have these moments of wow in every pranayama session, or for that matter, every yoga sadhana session that I have, yogasana session. But these days, these moments of wow are happening so many times. And today, though, it crossed the limits. I was like, for every sentence you're saying, hey wow, oh yes, it was awesome. I was even clapping my hands out of that
I
moments of
saw that.
learning that I
I
was
saw
that I was having. And one, this is Gayatri. Maybe once we reach that stage, it's closely associated with the practice of 108 Gayatri mantra that people do,
Yes.
Trisandhya.
Yes.
I think to reach that level is the next thing.
Yeah.
I wish that maybe this is all a practice that I'm having before I learn what's there in Gayatri, which they say that it protects lives of people who practice Gayatri. So
Correct.
I wish that I attain that stage one day.
With
That's one.
practice, it will happen. See, my guru says, the person I'm learning from, he says, everybody who lives in Indian subcontinent, irrespective of the religion that we follow, it has got nothing to do with religion. We are yogis in our own right, because our culture and our traditions have so much ingrained in our day-to-day practice that we don't even know that we are practicing yoga. We don't even know that we are practicing yoga, but we have been doing it since generations.
Yes. And it's there in the DNA, I guess. My dad always
DNA.
tells, if you are bogged down by something, if you're distressed, if you're having depression, I don't think it will ever defeat you, Mansa. He keeps this, he tells this whenever he meets me. And it's so much there in the subconsciousness that whenever I feel so bogged down, it reminds me that कभी कुछ defeat कर नहीं सकता है, because it's there in your DNA that always you fall down, you stand up, and whatever are the tools that are required to stand up will come to you because of that nature.
Yes.
So
Yes.
wow. One last thing I have, one last thing, sorry to say this,
Yeah.
but
No,
this
please,
is the
please
last
go ahead.
thing. In stories of so many sages, in old movies that we watch, and also in the recent times, that the Sadguru that we know, Sai Baba, whoever believes, do not believe, they are all great people, they're sages, they're scientists. So there is a story, right, that for around 3 days he tells to Syama and Ghosh that if you don't see me waking up on the third day, then you do me the samadhi in front of this masjid only. And
Yes.
then they were all fighting that 1 day ho gaya, 2 day ho gaya, no, now this is long, no one will survive after this. But then he comes back. I think he was doing this kumbhak, that
Yes,
he's holding
yes, yes. So Kumbhaka, so what ancient scriptures में कैसे लिखा है, that once you start practicing Kumbha, you have to do it on your, like you have to put effort in holding your breath initially when you do it. And with practice, it happens on its own. You can suspend your breath on its own. That is the samadhi. That is the state of samadhi.
and he came back from somewhere, maybe the stage that he was into,
Yeah.
we can never know. But
Yes,
yes,
yes.
it's possible. It's not that, hey, what is all this nonsense, who can do
No,
it?
no,
No,
no.
it's not.
No.
Just because you don't know doesn't mean
I'll
that
tell
it
you,
doesn't
I know
happen.
some people in today's time also, a very few, two only, who can reach the stage of samadhi. So it is not mumbo jumbo. It is not all कि ऐसे ही story बनाया उनको great दिखाने के लिए. It is not like that. And it is that it I have like you, I'm also very I'm also drawn to our texts, and I've always asked questions कि ये mantra ऐसा क्यों है. And then when I started yoga and studying the scriptures, I was like you saying that those wow, even for this class when I was studying, I'm like a small child. I'm going to my husband and I'm like, पता है ये ऐसा ऐसा इसलिए होता है. And he's like, okay, why is it? Because बचपन से हम लोग ये सुनते आए हैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब नहीं समझता था, और अचानक से there are so many paths which get connected. It gets connected to the science also. So I'm like, oh God, it is like you rightly said, the ancient rishis were scientists. They were scientists. Their only job was to study. either they used to study nature, they used to study animals, they used to study the human body, human mind, but they were scientists.
And
And
I
it is
think
such a fascinating thing to know.
this knowing and learning all of this in the month of Magh, which is more prominent about learning and then taking the inputs from ancestral guidance and uh, just manifesting that you want to learn and increase, because the first 9 days of Magh are for Syamala Devi or the Gupta Navratri practice,
Yes.
who is the giver of all the soul search and learning and Vidya.
Correct.
It's all interlinked, and I feel that Magh is the highest month where your learning can take you to.
Correct.
I'm so glad that this session I'm able to join these sessions and learn all of this from you.
I actually like we all, Salima and me, we really appreciate all of you who come up every Sunday. I know how difficult it is Sunday mornings to come here, but hats off to your dedication. Hats off to the spirit of learning, like you rightly said, to learn and to to have that mindset that no, I have to take this 1 hour. Hats off to all of you, and it is a very commendable thing that you're doing and it gives us the motivation to learn. Like we are also learning in the same process because we read. We want to tell you, Neil, so we read and we get to know a lot of things. So thank you so much to all of you. And thank you so
I
much.
just wish that the participants increase because I don't want to see a stage where koi nahi join kar rahe, isliye let's stop the Sunday wala.
Yeah, we also don't want to do that. Yeah, we also don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. I really wish that they come experience this. No, it's not just about practicing the sadhana, it's so knowing why we are doing it, and which will enhance it'll add richness to the experience that you do in the sadhana. So I just wish that everyone understands the benefits of joining this and learning that's there, and more people join these sessions.
Hopefully. Aapke muh mein ghee shakkar. Let more people join in.
Thank you so much. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you,
And it is Paurnami also. So it is kind of meditation when you learn also. It's not that ऐसे ही आ गया सबको ये knowledge.
नहीं,
So,
ऐसे नहीं होता है. Correct.
The seeker will get this. So
yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mansa. Thank you. Bye.